The scent of coffee filled the room, blending with the quiet hum of morning light filtering through the curtains. For 37 years, this house had been our sanctuary, a place of laughter, comfort, and familiar silence. But today, that peace felt fragile. I sat across from him, watching the man I had shared a lifetime with, and knew that what I was about to say would change everything. He sat by the window, newspaper folded neatly on his lap, humming softly to a tune only he could hear. His hair had turned more silver than brown now, but his eyes still held that same curiosity I had fallen in love with decades ago. My chest tightened with guilt, not because of what I had done, but because I knew how deeply this truth would wound him. For years, I had carried it quietly, letting it fester beneath the surface of our ordinary life. Every morning kiss, every dinner conversation, every small gesture of love, all balanced on a truth I couldn't bring myself to say. Until now. "There's something I need to tell you," I said finally. His head lifted immediately. He could always hear when my voice changed, when it carried weight. The air in the room seemed to still, thick with something unspoken. "What is it?" he asked, setting the paper aside. I hesitated, searching for strength that didn't feel like mine anymore. "It's something I should have told you a long time ago." As the words began to form, I felt years of pretense begin to crumble. The confession spilled out slowly, carefully, each sentence slicing through decades of routine and comfort. His expression shifted from confusion to disbelief, then to something much worse, understanding. He didn't interrupt. He just stared, frozen, as if every word rearranged the story of our life. I could see him replaying memories, rethinking moments that once made sense but now didn't. The silence stretched endlessly between us. When he finally spoke, his voice trembled. I don't even know what to say. I wanted him to yell, to break something, to give me anger instead of the soft, devastating quiet. But he just sat there, his eyes glistening, holding the pain like it was something fragile. For a long time, neither of us spoke. The clock on the mantel ticked louder than it ever had. I watched him, the man who had been my partner through everything, and wondered if this was a moment that love finally broke. Tentatively, I reached across the table. He hesitated, then let his fingers rest against mine. That small touch, trembling, uncertain, was enough to make me cry. We sat there, hand in hand, two people staring at the wreckage of what had once been simple. As the hours passed, the sun faded, and night wrapped around us. We talked, truly talked, for the first time in years. His questions came slow at first, then faster, sharper. Some cut deep, but I answered them all. Every truth I spoke felt like tearing off another layer of guilt. There was pain in both of us, but beneath it, something new began to breathe, honesty. By dawn, the exhaustion was bone deep. The house was silent again, but different somehow, stripped bare, cleaner, truer. He looked at me with red-rimmed eyes, the hurt still there, but softened by something like understanding. Finally, he gave a small, broken laugh. "You've changed everything," he said quietly. "And maybe that's not all bad." I felt tears prick my eyes again, but this time they didn't sting as much. We had both been living in a story built on comfort and omission. Now, all that remained was truth, raw and uncomfortable, but real. When I reached for his hand again, he didn't pull away. Our fingers intertwined, shaky but deliberate. The damage between us was undeniable, but so was a connection that had somehow survived it. That morning, as the sun rose over our home, I realized something I had never understood before. Sometimes the truth breaks you open, not to destroy what you have, but to give you the chance to rebuild it on something stronger, some secrets and a life you once knew. But sometimes they're the only way to begin a new one.